Hi everyone, Happy New Year, and thank you for checking out my channel today. I know it's been a while since I posted, so I really appreciate all the love and support from my subscribers and anyone new to my channel. I was tagged by Wendy from Jazzy Doodle Designs, and I'm happy she did because I so need this to help me get motivated and basically get my coloring life back together. And this tag is called My Coloring Goals for 2024. She has 10 questions for me to answer, and I'll leave a link to her channel down below so you can check out her video too if you haven't already. I'm going to be coloring this page, Movie Madness. It is from the book Yippee Kawaii Yay Mandala Magic Volume 1 by Danny Banani of Unusual Suspects, and I purchased this one on Etsy. And then this is my color palette. I'm using Ohuhu alcohol markers. I'm going to be doing a voice over my coloring video, probably speeding it up a little bit. That way I can have a finished page for you at the end. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, question 1. Do you have strict coloring goals for 2024 or are you more loosey-goosey? So I feel like I'm in the middle of those. I don't want to be so strict on myself where I'm going to be stressed out every month, but I do think it will benefit me if I establish a routine for myself. I started a new job in October and I definitely work more hours than I thought I would around the holidays, so I'm still trying to get used to those new hours and just being away from home, trying to see how everything is all gonna fit into place. I'm also still teaching for that after school art program that I may have mentioned in some other videos, and that will start back in a few weeks. So again, that's just going to be something else that I have to try to schedule in everything. I feel like when I add one more thing to my life, then something else takes a back seat. Usually it's cleaning, because who puts that first? But coloring has definitely suffered these last few months, so I really need to get myself on a schedule. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's so loosey-goosey where I don't have any care in the world and whatever happens, happens, but yeah, I don't want to be so strict where I'm going to be stressed out either. All right, question 2. How many pages do you want to color this year? So the last few years I have set a goal of 10 pages a month, and I think I will keep that. I've never actually gone back and counted how many I've done in a year. I just kind of say I'm going to do 10 a month. But then there's definitely months like November and December that it was, like maybe 1 or 2. But then some months I'm feeling very creative and ideas are just flowing or maybe I'm excited about a project, so I can do, 15. 10 pages has been very manageable for me for most of the time. And I usually do more like multimedia types of coloring, so they're going to take me a little bit longer. For me, it's just more about the enjoyment of the process than the number of the pages. Now, I also do pages like this where it's just, a single medium, maybe alcohol markers because it is faster. I just have certain books that, sometimes I want to be really creative and do a lot of different mediums and try new things. And sometimes I just want to just color and not worry about color palettes or specific techniques. It's just about getting a color on the page. So yeah, but for like an overall number per year, again, I'm just going to go back to my 10 pages a month. All right, number 3, what coloring medium would you like to learn or improve this year? So this year for Christmas, I got the Faber-Castell Albert Dürer watercolor pencils. I was very influenced by Shell's Coloring Journey, her YouTube channel. I always love the results of her pages, and those seem to be the medium that I hear her use for a lot of her pages. And she always has just really good results with them. So I didn't have a good set of watercolor pencils, and those I thought would pair well because I have the full set of polychromos So yeah, I thought, I can kind of intermix those and things like that. So yeah, I'm excited to play with those. All right, number 4, what technique would you most like to improve? There is a colorist on Instagram that I follow, KD Coloring, and every time her pictures come up, I am just so blown away. Like, how does that look so good? Her color pencil shading technique is amazing, and she creates these like drop shadows that give the image so much depth. It looks like you can just pick up some of the flowers in the image like right off the page. I like the colors she uses too. And yeah, I just want so badly to be able to shade like that. I feel like I may need to practice my patience for that one. I tend to be a little heavy-handed and want to do my shading fast, but also kind of learning how light and shadow is cast and how that changes colors and things like that. So yes, I definitely need to watch some of her reels and learn how she does what she does, because it's amazing. All right, number 5, what spending collecting goals do you have? To keep me motivated and engaged in this coloring world hobby, I do tend to watch a lot of coloring videos or see a lot on the coloring communities like Instagram, so that definitely influences me to purchase mediums and books. There isn't really a goal. There is definitely a budget though. If I go back and look through my coloring journals, I can probably guess that I would get at least 1 to 2 new coloring books a month, and probably some sort of medium, even if it was like small, like a replacement pencil. 2 years ago, I made the decision to only use certain color pencil sets. I felt like I would see reviews of these like big, like cheaper sets and then get them, not really like them, not really use them as much as my other sets. And then I might even have like a favorite color out of those sets, and then I would use that color up and not be able to repurchase that one color. So now I only purchase pencils that I can do open stock, like your Prismas, Polychromos, Lumis, like those types of pencils. And that is actually really working for me. We all have kind of our favorites and things we tend to gravitate towards, and I was definitely tending to use like a particular brand more consistently. So now I just put that money into replacements of those instead of falling for like those single bigger sets. Yeah, but other mediums I'm open to trying and playing with. I've had a few companies reach out to me and give me a few products to review, like the Artec paint pens, which I really like those, so I'll probably be getting more of those. Books too, I'm trying to be kind of really picky about. I don't get everything new that I see now, and I know what I like and what I don't like. I want to concentrate on a lot that I want to concentrate on like the ones that I have, and I'm also running out of room for these books. So that is also like in the back of my mind. So again, I would say it's more about the quality of the product and if I will actually use these products than like quantity. But yeah, so some of my books are like Amazon printed books that can be, like under $10. And then sometimes I might splurge and get one that's a little bit more expensive. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that answers that question. Okay, number 6, what book do you most look forward to working in this year? So maybe a couple. I just purchased 2 books this month. Rita Berman's Africa, which I always love her books. And then I got one for a group buddy color, Fairy Tales by Emily Oberg, I believe is how you pronounce it. So yeah, I'm excited about those. Denise Klepp books also, they were just really fun last year to work in, so I plan on doing more pages in her books as well. Okay, number 8, what new artist will you be adding this year? Well, I actually tried to add this artist to my collection in December, but I was sent the wrong book. So the book is from Crystal Vogel. I can't pronounce the whole title, but it's basically like her winter or Christmas book. It has these cute little fairies and it looks very vintage. And I was just really excited about coloring in it. I ordered it in November and it said it would be delivered in December, which was fine. And then I finally received the book from this company, but it was actually not the right book. It wasn't even a coloring book. It was like some teen robot book. But when you turn this book over, it had a printed label on, and it had like the correct information of the book that I actually wanted. So I contacted the book company. Obviously there was some kind of mix up there. And I, told them what happened. And then I just received like this generic response. Our system indicates that you received your item. Please check with your neighbors or your mailbox. Maybe it was delivered to the wrong, location. So they never actually read my email. And I actually sent many emails, like all worded very differently. And each time I got the same response. So I ended up just doing a return, which they said they, would do that. But I didn't realize that I needed to provide a tracking number to them. So I never even got my money back. So it was just very frustrating. Especially because I put a letter inside the box, with the book that I was returning and, told them again kind of what happened, and, that I would actually really love to have the book that I ordered. So if they could make that happen, that would be fine. I didn't need to have my money returned to me. But yeah, never got any response, just that I didn't provide tracking information, so the return was canceled. So anyway, I will not be ordering from that company again, but I still would really love to have that book. She has different books out, but really the only one that I was kind of interested was that Christmas one. All right, number 9, do you have a book you would like to complete this year? So I would always love to complete a book. I feel like completing a book is so out of reach for me. But I do have 2 that are probably the closest to being finished, if you can call it that. My Disney Mandalas by Hatchet Heroes and Tales from the Forest Kingdom by Hannah Carlson. Those are the 2 that I think I probably have the most colored in, and have, maybe the fewer page left to color, but still it just seems so far away. There's still quite a bit of pages left to do. I feel like I get bored easily working with just one book. So I definitely, change that out and don't get back to the books, as regularly as I would like. So yeah, maybe in a couple years I'll finally have finished a book. All right, last question, number 10. What is the best benefit of coloring to you? So for me, it is my creative outlet. I have always been a crafty person. I used to do lots of scrapbooking and card making, but then discovered this coloring hobby, or should I say rediscover, since I used to color all the time as a kid. I wish I was better at drawing or painting, or, was able to sell my artwork, but I feel like I do have something to offer and share with my coloring videos. Not all, but some of the pages I do for videos, I end up putting a lot of planning time and prepping before I even hit record. But I also really like that aspect of it too. It's fun seeing a page that I've been pondering over for days or weeks finally come together, and it's just very rewarding. I would not say it's relaxing or stress relieving, but I'm not saying it causes stress either, if that makes sense. It's just not a benefit that I get out of it. Okay, well, that is it for all the questions. Here is my final page. I love the color palette. I feel like it represents the movie theater or the cinema really well. And these red chairs are poppin'. So whether you have a channel or not, I hope you take the time and think about your coloring goals for this year. Happy coloring. Thanks for watching. And thanks again, Wendy from Jazzy Doodle Designs, for tagging me.